Hi everybody, I am in the Bongo as you can see, and Richard and I are currently away on a 2-week road trip, and I thought it would be good to make a separate video while I'm away to show you how we pack the van for a 2-week trip. Now clearly everything I have in here isn't going to last us 2 weeks, but we've aimed to travel quite lightly this time. So minimal food on board really. Having said that, there does seem to be quite a bit of food here still. Minimal clothes, just essentials, and we buy food through the week as we go. But I just thought I would show you where we're storing things. It's a little untidy, but hey, this is the real Bongo life. So we'll start in the clothes cupboard. I've taken everything out of the cupboard just to show you, or at least I've taken my stuff out. I've left Richard's in, and yeah, my little decoration, we'll move that out of the way. In the back I keep things I don't use very often, so boots, old boots for muddy campsites, water shoes and my poncho, underwear and small things like pyjamas here in a box in the corner because they're easiest to get to. In the middle, dividing me and Richard's territory, is our sleeping bag and a sheet that I use for the pull-out bed on the bottom. I do like to lie on a nice sheet. And then next, you can see how little space Richard's got. Squished all his in the corner. Emergency chamber pot. And in there then we've got plastic bags and cat litter. I always feel better knowing that's in the van if needed, but so far we've been lucky on this trip with public toilets. I've laid the clothes out that I've brought for this trip here, so these are all my clothes. I've got walking shoes, a pair of trainers, I've got flip-flops that I'm currently wearing. And then I've divided my clothes up and I've rolled them because I find that saves most space, and I've divided them into trousers and shorts on this pile, t-shirts and shirts here, couple of dresses there, warm tops, and then a raincoat and a jacket and my hat. So that's all the clothes out of the cupboard, and I'll show you how it looks once I've filled the cupboard. Okay, so here we are with the cupboard full, and it is full now, and I've rearranged everything on top of each other, so I kind of know where everything is. It does entail a little bit of pulling out to find things, but generally, as I said, smalls are in the box here, outdoor clothes to the front where I can reach them, warm clothes here, and then shorts and t-shirts are rolled up at the back where I can get to them. Look at him out there sunning himself while I'm in here tidying. So that's the clothes cupboard. Let's move on to food and crockery. Decoration from Home Bargains. I made the holder from macrame during lockdown actually, and this plastic plant is from Home Bargains. So let's have a look at the top cupboards up here. This is my kitchen roll holder. It's supposed to have been temporary, but somehow it stayed. It's string holding a twig with my kitchen roll. Unbelievably useful though. We use kitchen roll so much while we're away. So in here I've got cutlery, scissors, my speaker, a light. I think I've talked about this one a couple of times before. Rechargeable anyway, and that lives in there in the day. We bring it out at night. We've got a bit of a stock of wine. We found a wine we really like. It's Portuguese, really lovely red wine with a lovely label, and as you can see we've stocked up on that one. More wine. Now then, I bought this today. It's a Belgian beer, quite like the label on it, cherry beer. So that is for consumption at some point while we're away. Empty box of the Portuguese wine. We've tried to find, because the box is so helpful, it keeps the wine fresh. It's equivalent of 3 bottles, so it lasts a couple of days, and we've not been able to find it. We've kept it just because it's a lovely box, but we have found the bottles. So yeah, wine supplies up here. Bought pasties in Morrison's, but we haven't eaten them yet, so they're still sitting there, along with my cakes, brookie bites, croissants for breakfast in the morning. Really, that's because it wouldn't normally be up here, but our food cupboards are full, so they're up here. When we park, I set my books up and my Kindle and my Fire tablet, so all books for entertainment. That's my reading corner. This side, I've got a pack of linguine that's left from the last camping trip. I've got these little canisters. I've got a boil in the bag rice in that one, pasta in this one, and coffee in that one. Got little labels on the top, so I will know what's in each one. Moving down to the next level. This new lamp, bought it in Home Bargains. You know, I've been talking lately about prepping and getting lots of rechargeables. Well, this is a rechargeable light. It comes apart. The top white bit comes away from the stem, so it can be stored easily. And most importantly, it's rechargeable. Second most importantly, I think it looks lovely, so I really love that light. My little decoration saying home, because this is our second home anyway. Right, moving across. In this cupboard, tea and coffee supplies and cups and glasses. So in the top shelf here, I've got my Aeropress coffee maker, and I have a mocha pot. I don't really need 2 means of making coffee, but we thought as there's 2 of us, we brought the big mocha pot from home, and the kettle with a fold-up handle. I'll put the Amazon links for all of these things in if you're interested. This little pull-out drawer should be used for tea bags. Somehow condiment things have tipped in there. It should be tea bags and a little spoon there, just handy. That came from Home Bargains, the little drawer. And in the bottom section, water bottles, my Swedish cup, and thermal cups, glasses, and these little picnic wine with a lid that we bought on one of our trips, and they seem really handy to keep. So we use those in the van for our copious red wine. We keep water for travelling in these bags. Again, I got them from Amazon. They fold up really flat. You can flush them through with sort of baby steriliser stuff every now and again. And one of these lasts a couple of days. So we brought 2 for this particular trip. And let's move down to the fridge cupboard. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a cool box. And we buy ice daily when we're away in the summer. Keeps the beers nice and cold, and any cheese, etc. In the winter, obviously, we don't need the ice, but £1 a bag a day at the moment, and it keeps things nice and cold. On the handle then, I've got a little hook, and I've got my tongs there, and a little grater. In this cupboard is the groceries and dried goods, and as I said, it's overstocked at the moment simply because we've been doing shopping and sticking it all in here. I've got these little containers on the side that keep spices and herbs. And I've also got here chopping boards, different sizes chopping boards and trivets. In the top one, it's not very well organised, but normally there'd be condiments in here. We've got a few potatoes, tins, pasta sauces, a cheese scone mix, random things. And in the bottom, surplus things that won't fit anywhere else: crackers, bagels, crisps, got a bit of bread left from last night. Pancake mix I make up and stick it in this tub, and it's just flour with a bit of baking powder, and then I mix that with vegan milk normally to make pancakes. But yeah, more tins. And these baskets came from Home Bargains. Richard built the shelf, so pull out much easier. These little side pockets fill up with all sorts of nonsense. At the moment, I've got my charger thing here. So there's a couple of loose cables and, well, scented candles, obviously. Same with this one. It tends to fill up with tourist leaflets and little souvenirs, cards. Not that Richard and I have ever played cards, but you never know, there could come a time. And then in these little cupboards, this one on the right, mini kite. Things like washing up liquid I put in little bottles, gloves, shopping bags, first aid kit, washing up sponges, tea towels are in here, wine cooler thing. Plenty more room to fill up there. That's that one. And over the other side, I've got mainly my this one is broken, needs a repair. Yeah, in here I've got my toilet bag, wipes, a bag for charger cables. I've got so many things to charge now, and camera stuff, etc. So that's a bag full of chargers. More camera stuff down there, but yeah, mainly odds and sods, shower gel, etc. live down there. Moving on to my top cupboards. This one has the beloved Ridge Monkeys in. Yeah, the Ridge Monkeys mini frying pan for pancakes, big Ridge Monkey, the little sandwich toaster are all in there. A little bit untidy because we've been on the road for a couple of days. And then in this one, this has got all my pots and pans, collapsible things like drainers, collapsible bowls, our enamel plates, a couple of dishes and whatnots, bowls with lids, so that if we get any food left over, it's a set of 3 and they nest inside each other, so we can put anything in the cool box if we need to keep it for another day. Measuring cups, yeah, odds and sods again. Richard's come in now, he's got cold outside, so he's in the way. Not much to say about Richard or the front. Nothing very exciting over here. Pillows stacked up on here. Obviously at night they go on the bed. And in this one, it's always handy for our glasses of wine and drinks.
And the keys. Yeah,
we always keep the keys in the same place so that if we're in a rush or we need to find the keys, generally they should be in there. Binoculars and whatnot in the big one. We keep one of these little, this one under your bag. This little one, we always keep change in there. Spare 20p's, 50p's, pounds. For car parking, public toilets, they always come in handy, don't they?
Yeah.
The sofa bed, of course, pulls out, and under there is storage under the bed. And in there at the moment are 2 camping chairs, a beach parasol, the table and the sponge that fits between the two rear cupboards for our bed at night. So that's all in the bed. Not very exciting, so I'm not going to open that all up right now. And I think we've pretty much now covered all the storage. Well, I think that's the quick look around our Bongo while we're on the road. As I said, a little bit untidy at the moment, but you know, we are living in here. I haven't gone through the cupboards at the back, but I've shown them before. One of the cupboards is the cool box from the other side. One cupboard at the back has the gas tank, which is empty or virtually empty. And then the other side has things like chocks and a barbecue and our outdoor cooking things like the stove. So I think that pretty much sums up what's in our van at the moment. And we're loving it. We're loving travelling light. We don't have any awnings with us. We don't have a hookup cable. What else don't we have? Anything clipping on the side, awnings, that sort of thing. We've deliberately kept it really simple and we can quickly move on. How long does it take us to ship out once we've packed up?
Less than
a couple of minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Put the bed away. Yeah. Spin the chairs around, well, one of the chairs around, and we're ready to go. And we love that. And I think that's the huge advantage with the high top is, you know, it's so quick to move around, and I can stand up even if Richard can't. So I hope you found that useful. This is obviously a high top Bongo with a rear kitchen, top cupboards. Yeah, it just gives you a little idea of what we bring away with us. So I hope you find it useful. Hope you're all well, and I'll speak to you very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.